everyone. Good morning, Namaskar, Suprabhat. Welcome to SRBPS online classes. This is Nisha Sharma. Today I am going to teach third class science subject, and our today's topic is living and non-living things. What is the topic? Living and non-living things. Okay. Try it again with me. What is the topic name? Living and non-living things. So shall we start with the topic?
Name is living and non-living things. All things in the world are divided in two parts, living things and non-living things. What are the parts? Living things and non-living things. So there is a need to know that what are living things and what are non-living things. Living things are the things that can breathe, eat, grow, move from one place to other place, have feelings, produce young ones of their own kind, and die. These all the things which have these all characteristics are called living things. And then some examples are deer, butterfly, bee, human beings. So basically we can say the things which have life are called living things. The things which have life are called living things. So what are non-living things? The question rises, what are non-living things? Non-living things like car, fan, table, mobile phone, television, clothes, books. As you know, they can't grow, they cannot move, they cannot eat food, they cannot breathe, they cannot move from one place to other place, they cannot produce young one of own kind, and they do not die. So basically all the things which do not have life are called non-living things. Some other examples are also there: bench, kite, balloon, and seesaw. You can see these all are non-living things. They don't have life. So now we are coming to the character. There are four characteristics which make living things different from non-living things. The first one is living things move. Living things move on their own. As you know that we all human beings have legs to move from one place to other place. In the same way, insects move with their legs and wings. Some insects like spider, they have legs to move from one place to other place. They do not have wings. Some insects like bees, butterfly, they have wings as well as legs. So they move with the help of wings and legs both. Similarly, ducks have webbed feet to move from one place to other place in water. As you can see in the picture, ducks have webbed feet, means they have claws, and these claws are joined with very thin skin which give them a webbed look, and with the help of these feet they can move and swim in water. Plants are also living things, but they do not move like other animals. They show movement with the help of leaves and flowers. For example, take example of sunflower. Sunflower always turns towards the sun. So wherever is the direction of the sun, it moves towards the sun. We can take one more example of morning glory. The petal of morning glory flower opens up as the sun rises, and it closes down its petal as the sun sets in the evening. Similarly, touch me not plant. As we touch the touch me not plant, it closes its leaves inwards. Animals have legs to walk, and birds and bats have wings to fly. So they move with the help of their wings. Fish. Do you know how do a fish move? Yes, as you can see in the picture, fishes have fins to swim from one place to other place. But why do animals move? What is the reason behind their movement? Animals move from one place to other place in search of food, in search of water, to find some shelter or home, to protect themselves from their enemies. According to their requirement, they have developed some feature in their body, like cheetah. Cheetah runs very fast. Similarly, kangaroo, they have strong legs, back legs to jump. Snake doesn't have legs to move. They move with the help of muscles and scale. That's why they crawls on the surface. Birds have the feature of flying. As they have wings, so they fly in the sky to move from one place to other place. But non-living things do not move on their own. Now you will say, ma'am, car is moving. But let me tell you, car doesn't move itself. It needs a driver to move from one place to other place. Now next characteristic is living things grow. All living things grow in size and weight as well. Like us, when we are 6 to 8 months old, then we are in infancy stage, then we grow into a child, and after some years we become an adult. When dog gives birth to its baby, it is a puppy, and gradually it grows into a dog. When we grow a seed in soil, then it leads to seedlings, and seedlings grows into a plant. So all living things grow in weight as well as in height. But non-living things do not grow in size and weight. Living things need food and water. All living things need food and water. But why do we need food and water? We need food and water to live, grow, and to get energy, as food gives energy to us. So we eat vegetables, fruits, and eggs to eat. Some animals like cows, buffaloes, goats, deer, they eat grass. Similarly, some other animals like lions, leopards, tiger, they all eat other animals. Similarly, most of the birds, they eat insects as well as grains. That's why birds are omnivorous animals. In the same way, plants also need food. Plants are the only living thing which make their own food. But how do they make food? They make food with the help of soil, water, and sunlight. From soil, a plant gets water and minerals. From air, they get carbon dioxide, and from sunlight, they are making their food. So basically we can say all living things depend on plants for their food, but non-living things do not eat food and they don't need water as well. Now next characteristic is living things need air to breathe. Just do one thing, you just keep your hand on your chest. After some time you observe that your chest is coming out and going back. Why does it happen? It happens because we breathe. We takes in air and we takes out air. Because of this process we are breathing. Uh, like human, all animals and insects need air to breathe. But we have different organs to breathe, like fishes. Fish breathe through gills. They have gills in their body to breathe. Similarly, insects breathe through tiny holes which are present in their body. And how do a leaf or plant breathe? The leaf of the plant has some tiny holes on the lower surface of the leaf, and plants take in air from these tiny holes. These tiny holes are known as stomata. These are stomata. With the help of stomata, a plant takes in air. And do you know frog? Frog is the animal which can live in water as well as on land. So it has two ways of breathing. When it is on land, then it breathes through lungs. When it is in water, then it breathes through their skin. That's why they have two ways of breathing. How do we breathe? We all have lungs in our body to breathe. Similarly, all the animals which live on land, like mammals, reptiles and birds, maximum animals breathe through their lungs. Next characteristic is living things have feelings. All living things have feelings. Take an example of dog. When we catch a dog, it wags its tail. When you give something to it for eating, then also it wags its tail and it feels happy. We also have feelings. We feel sad when we lose a match. When we get good marks in exam, we feel happy. Even plants have feelings. Dr. J.C. Bose has discovered that plants have feelings and react to the music. Again, take example of touch me not plant. When we touch the touch me not plant, its leaves closes inwards. Similarly, the roots of a plant always grows downside because they feel the moisture of the soil and they grow inside the soil. But non-living things do not have feelings. Next characteristic is living things produce their young ones. There are two ways of reproduction. First, giving birth to the young one, and second is laying eggs. Animals like dogs, cats, cows, lions, they all give birth to the young ones. Even the human also give birth to the young ones. Like dog give birth to puppies and cat gives birth to kittens. Birds lay eggs. These eggs hatch out and the small baby birds come out from them which resembles like their parent. In the same way, plants also reproduce. But how do they reproduce? First, we get fruit from plant. From fruit we get seed. When we grow the seed in the soil, you will get the same plant. Means if you are growing a mango seed, then you will get a mango plant. If you are growing another fruit seed, then you will get the similar plant. It means we can say the baby plant resembles the parent plant. Next characteristic is living things die. All living things have a lifespan. Lifespan means the time period up to which a living thing lives. It is alive. Okay, like our mosquito and flies, they all live for less than or equal to 1 month time period. Similarly, some animals like cat, dog, horses, they all live for few years. Other animals like elephants, tortoises, They live for 60 to 100 years or more. An elephant lives for 70 years, and a tortoise lives for 100 or more than 100 years. So all living beings have their lifespan. After that they die. Lifespan of a man is 70 to 80 years. Even the trees also have a lifespan. Trees live for many years. We can take one example of redwood trees in California, USA. It is 600 years old. But non-living things do not have a lifespan. They do not die. They can be worn and torn out. वो फट सकते हैं, टूट सकते हैं, but they can't be died. They can be obsolete. They can be old-fashioned, but non-living things do not die.
So this is our chapter, living and non-living things. But I think there is a need to recapitulate this chapter. So we are giving a recap for the chapter. Let's go!
Now we will talk about some features which make living things different from non-living thing. So what are these features? I'll tell you one by one. See, living things need air. Living things need air, food and water. Living things move. What living things do? They move. They grow. They grow. They produce young ones. They produce young ones. Gives out waste products. Respond to stimuli and have a lifespan. So all the living things which need air, food, water, though they have different organs for taking in air and eating food, they move. They move with the some of the animals move with the help of legs. Birds move with the help of wings. Fish move with the help of fins. But all living beings move. All living beings grow in size and weight. All produce young ones. Two ways are there, na? One, producing baby or giving birth to baby, and second is laying eggs. All gives out waste product. Waste product means they all are producing some kind of waste, na? Yes. They respond to stimuli. As stimuli, I told you that anything that cause an action, like sugar and ant. Smell of sugar is a stimuli that attracts the ants. So moment of ant is response. And all living things have lifespan. All are living for a particular time, na? So those are living things like human being, birds, animals and tree. Okay, I think you got it this point. Now the next one. Now characteristics of non-living things. Non-living things do not need air, food and water. They do not move. They do not grow. They do not produce young ones. They do not give out waste products. They do not respond to stimuli, and they do not have a lifespan. if a thing doesn't have, if they have these all characteristics, then these are non-living things, like pencil, stone, mug, and car. These all are non-living things.
So dear students, here we come to know that what are living things and what are non-living things, and how living things are different from non-living things. So all homeworks and classwork worksheets are given to you on the links provided by the school. So you may check your work from there and you can review your lesson also. So stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you. Bye bye.